visited?
His backyard.
There were
Whirly birds and bonga birds and yabba birds and babba birds.
even a rare
Flower bird came by once or twice.
food course.
Paintings weren't very good, but the birds never said anything. When the air turned crisp and the leaves began to change color, the old man grew sad. He knew that the birds were going to fly south just as they did every year. That he would be lonely.
Then
He had an idea. If he fed the birds, maybe they would stick around.
so old man
Cloud put up beautiful bird feeders and put them up all around his backyard. And soon he filled them with delicious seeds and berries. Soon birds came from all over the forest just to eat on the old man's yard. But the birds weren't the only ones who liked the bird feeders. Squirrels did too.
not many.
People know this, but squirrels are the cleverest of all woodland creatures. They can make a house
In
out.
fact,
They can make a house out.
they're
They're fuzzy little geniuses. They can make a house out of a tree, a bed out of a bunch of leaves, and a box kite out of twigs, dirt, and squirrel spit. They're also excellent at that. All summer
winter.
was fast approaching. The squirrels needed to gather as much food as they could. So they decided to take some of the bird food. The birds were not happy. Neither was Old Man Footquire. When Old Man Footquire discovered what happened, he shook his old man fist and yelled, "Those darn squirrels!"
He filled
The bird feeders again, but this time he hung them from a clothesline. Confident,
then
he went back inside, confident that the squirrels would not
no
Get-
longer.
get the seeds and berries from the feeders. But they devised a plan.
Squirrels were
Determined, they devised a plan. But this time they took all of the food from the bird feeders. Youngs
the birds.
were not happy. Neither was Old Man Footquire.
The birds were furious.
Crap.
Yelled
What is this bird called?
bonga bird.
Bonga bird. And Old Man and those darn squirrels, said Old Man Footquire. Yum, said the squirrels. Now it was Old Man Footquire's time to devise a plan. He went to the general store to get supplies. He bought wild plants. He thought wires and springs. He bought all sorts of tools and built a veritable fortress around his bird feeders. Then he refilled them very carefully. Na 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 na, snorted the floral bird. The squirrels stayed up all night long. They drank salt, cherry cola, and ate salt and vinegar chips to help them stay awake. Finally, they had a perfect run. They put on their helmets and prepared to launch themselves out of the air, over the fence, between the lazies, and onto the bird feeders. The first squirrel misfired in his retreat. The second squirrel went too high and landed above it. The third squirrel sailed clear over the house. All of the birds laughed and laughed and laughed. They each had one more mouthful of seeds and berries from the old man's feeders. Then they flew south as they did every year. And you can do the
said the
Floggle bird. When the birds left, Old Man grew sad, just as he was every year. He fixed some cottage cheese and pepper, his favorite snack, but he was still lonely. When the old man looked down at the squirrels out of the window, they could see that he was not happy. "Go away," shouted the old man. "I don't like you, squirrels." So they had me. Not many people know
the squirrels held
a meeting deep inside a large tree. They decided to give the man a present for for taking the seeds and berries. Finally,
not
many people know this, but they're not only fuzzy little geniuses. They can also collect just about anything they can find on the ground. But what would
these squirrels had
what?
a
A vast
stockpile
of spectacular junk to choose from. But what would it look like popsicle stamps, popsicle sticks, postage stamps?
Finally,
They had it, the perfect gift. They stuck all their loose jeans on Old Man's doorstep. There were nickels and quarters. There were even a few tokens from Coco's arcade. Plus a few rounds of skee-ball.
it added up to
It all added up to $46, plus a few rounds of skee-ball.
maybe,
You squirrels aren't so bad when you found the coins,
but
I still like birds better.
this gave
The squirrels another idea. They raised their junk collection again, and they got to work.
when Old Man
The crowd woke up the next morning. He was amazed to see that the birds had returned. But wait, those weren't birds. They were squirrels in disguise. What great googly moogly. This would make quite a painting.
he ran outside
Took down the lasers and clamps.
and the
Spring-loaded trapeze. And then he turned all of the bird feeders into squirrel feeders. Then he painted till his brush ran out of bristles. The squirrels were so overjoyed they had a party in Old Man Buckley's house. "Those darn squirrels!" yelled Old Man Buckley. He shook his old man fist and smiled.
good job.